By the power of Grayskull.
Working volume in today's shrug workout, working sets of 10 all the way up until my working weight of 220 kilograms or 485 pounds. Our final warm-up being this weight here of 200 kilograms, 440 pounds. So we ended up getting up to the working weight pretty quickly with minimal volume, so that I've got as maximum amount of energy to put into these sets as I could possibly do. And I do hit the limit on all of these sets, so there's no real chance of me doing much more without busting a gut and really, going for it, which is something I weren't necessarily willing to do today. Just a training session after all. This is good improvement from the last workout that I did here. Last time I went up to 300 kilograms, so I did go heavier, but the reppage was obviously a lot lower, and also it wasn't as high quality. You can see good range of motion here, good speed, good momentum. And it's a couple of days after, that I'm recording this audio, and I can tell you that for something, my traps are killing me. Following the shrug movement, I then just did some random extra little bit I just thought of. I don't even know what these are called, but essentially single-handed, banded shrugs in essence. So it allows me to focus just on one side at a time. I do flip around and do the left after this, but it's a good range of motion. You can just focus on pausing with an eccentric pause at the top also. That was it. Alright guys, so if you cast your mind back to the end of day one of my prep for this upcoming exhibition, World Record Lift, you'll remember that I did a set of seven ish reps on 300 kilos. 300 kilos is a weight that I can handle normally quite easily, but it takes a little while to condition and build yourself up to that weight. So to get 7 kind of reps on what is a very heavy weight, I was very pleased with that. But my conclusions at the end, at what I call my hour of clarity, the hour after immediately following a workout, when the endorphins are going through your head and that, you see things so much more clearly, You can see clear now the rain has gone, so to speak, or the pain. I can see clearly now the pain has gone, right? And in that moment of clarity, I came up with the conclusion of coming in on my next workout and doing, maybe a set or two of 30 reps if I can, on 220 kilos, that I would swallow my ego and I wouldn't come on with 260 kilos or more and just kind of pull what I can. I've got to train with this as well as this during this prep to make sure I don't injure myself and that I get the most out on the day. And that does take an intelligent sort of planning to do that. Normally, you'll have a coach to help guide you. Now, I coach myself, so I've got to keep that moment of clarity. And that's one of the beauties of these after school sort of videos that I do, after workouts that I do, is that I can go back and I can see what my thoughts were at the time. I did come in today thinking, oh yeah, I do 250, 260 for 10 sets of 4 or something. And I was like, no, I'll watch what I thought, the video and see what I thought in that moment of clarity. And I was like, okay, swallow the ego, 220, lightweight, come in and do one or two sets of high reps. And that's exactly what we did today, and it went really well. Okay, I wasn't able to get 30 reps. That's something I should in theory be able to get by, in a month's time or so. 30 reps on 220 kilos should be relatively, I wouldn't say easy, but it should be doable. But coming in and getting 24 reps on the first set, 26 on the second and 25 on the third shows durability and it shows consistency. I can come in even whilst tired and still keep the same kind of level of reppage within my moment of, my breaking point of sanity, so to speak. So you'll have a failure point in training where you can get up to, and that is what, as I say, the breaking point of sanity. Anything beyond that, you can squeeze more out of you, but it takes the commitment of, I don't care if I hurt myself. I don't care if I faint. I don't care if I collapse. And that's not necessarily a good thing to get to every time, right? Because you can hurt yourself, you can injure yourself at that point. That's the kind of level of commitment that you give on the day itself, because it takes quite a bit out of you.
every other exhibition lift that I've done before, it's taken me about a month to mentally recover from, because I drain myself that much. So I reached my maximum today on 24 reps. Okay, yes, it was shy of 30, but I still got my 24 reps and on 26 and 25, and I was able to push towards that point, which was the limit of my body. I could possibly get the 30 reps, but that would take breaking my mind to do so. And as I say, that's not something you do in training, it's something you do in the competition itself. So with that in mind, I reached failure. I reached physical failure, the failure point of sanity at least anyway. And I did 3 consistent sets, which shows that my durability and my fitness, my muscle fitness especially, as well as my cardiovascular fitness, was on point, because it was hurting. Right from set 1, it hurt, right? And so it shows you that my cardio and my accessory work is working nicely, because that's where you kind of get that durability from. You know, things that you don't see off camera. I'm taking my fitness seriously at the moment. I'm running between 6 and 10 kilometers at a time, and I run, you know, roughly once every sort of 7 to 10 days. I do an hour on the bike basically every day. Today, at the end of this workout, I did 90 minutes of bike, you know, 42 kilometers on the bike. You know, I'm taking it seriously, because that's the kind of stuff that you need to do at the end to strengthen the mind and get that, as I say, that durability, that consistency, that fitness, that a lot of people don't tend to get because they don't go that extra mile. At the end of the day, it is a competition. What I'm preparing for is a competition, and I'm not competing just against myself. I will be competing against other people that will be training for the record and going through it on other days and stuff. And so I need to beat not just myself, but I also need to beat them. And I don't know how they're training. So I've got to put in that extra 5% at the end of the point where I break. I've just got to find some extra energy just to squeeze out, even if it's a lightweight like today. That movement, that single arm movement, it's a lightweight, but it allows for eccentric pauses. It allows for different kind of style of movement that you can't mimic, for example, on the bar itself. The bike afterwards, again, it gets the heart and lungs working, it gets the blood pumping, and that's what it's all about, that extra 5% that you find not on the lift itself, but with your accessory and cardio work that you use to support your progress. Next time then, I think that will be the time to, I don't want to come in and do 220 again and push for 30 reps. I think I might be able to get it next time for at least one set at least anyway, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to have too much sort of similarity between my workouts. I want some degree of progress, but where there's not direct comparison. So if I come in and I don't quite do as well as I want, you don't break them a roll. So next time I'm going to come in and do 260 kilos for 10 sets of 4 or something along those lines. That will be pretty easy, but the overall volume, 40 reps and 260, which is what it will equate to, will be fantastic. And so that's my plan for the next workout, is to go a little bit heavier, so that then the workout after we can come back and maybe do 220, maybe 230, and see what kind of repage we can do there. So progress ourselves, but you know, sort of waxing and waning in regards to rates, reps and you know, volume and weight and stuff comparatively, but overall progressing, which is what it's all about. I've still got, I don't know, about 9-10 months of preparation ahead of me, so I've still got plenty of time, and I'm glad to see, I'm excited to see where I can take this. So cheers guys for watching, thank you and goodbye.